Employees are starting to move into the affordable homes being built by Cook Group, a pharmaceutical manufacturing company in Monroe County. The company said last year it would build 300 homes. Construction started with homes in Orange County, but now its development in Spencer is underway. WTIU reports.
Headed west on State Road 46 through Spencer, drivers pass by landmarks typical of a town of 2,400. Small local businesses such as Main Street Coffee and Kitchen and chain staples like Walmart. IU grad Molly Cunningham calls it home. You can't find her address yet on Google Maps, but she moved into a budding neighborhood being built by Cook Medical for its employees. She's worked with Cook since 2019 when she finished school. She rented an apartment with her husband in Bloomington, but rent was going up each year.
It was getting really frustrating paying that much money and not really understanding where it was going to other than just to the property management company.
She started looking for houses but thought she'd have to get an older home to stay within budget.
We knew our next step would be owning a home, but it just a couple years ago just didn't seem very attainable, just with the pandemic and everything, like the housing market going crazy because of it, and it just was a pipe dream.
She heard about Cook's plans to create worker housing about a year ago. She and her husband applied and got pre-approved for a mortgage. They closed on the house over the summer. Ron Walker is president of Cook's Workforce Housing. He says housing is a challenge for company recruitment and retention. Cook heard similar concerns from a spectrum of employees, from single-income households making about $40,000 a year to dual-income households making $120,000.
That was kind of our target group because that's a group we thought has the ability to own a home. Many of them have expressed an interest in owning a home, but yet the wage levels compared to the way the housing costs and prices have gone up, it's just becoming more and more difficult.
These houses cost about $200,000. Cook has built 14 so far and sold 7, one being the Cunninghams. The idea is to take money from one house and put it into the next. Walker says the project received READY grant funds from the state. The development's been done in an unofficial partnership with the town of Spencer, which brought water and wastewater treatment to the area. Cook voluntarily annexed the 62-acre development into the town. Richard Lorenz says Spencer used READY grant funds in the state revolving fund to pay for the infrastructure. He says Spencer's population was aging and not seeing much migration in, causing economic troubles for the town.
The contractors were tending to work in the Monroe County area and other high-density locations rather than here.
Cook, located in Monroe County, needed space for employees. Lorenz says Spencer, just a county over, was able to provide that. In Monroe County, 60% of renters are cost-burdened. Median rent is $1,500 a month, almost twice the state median. And Monroe County's median home value is $60,000 more than the state. Samantha Spurgel says issues of affordability and availability are common statewide, but needs and solutions vary by region.
Persons really should be paying no more than 30% of their income on housing, and that is becoming increasingly more difficult to do.
Statewide, 40% of renters are cost-burdened. Median home value statewide went from $160,000 to $227,000 in the last 4 years. She says economic and housing policy are connected. People need opportunities to increase wealth through wage growth and education. But if production of affordable housing doesn't keep pace with demand, prices go up for everybody.
The needs in an urban population may vary greatly from rural. There may not be the need for the same level of production in a more rural area. There may be need to address existing housing stock in a rural community.
She says Cook's initiative to build in Spencer will have long-term benefits for employees and the town. Cunningham says the months-long process of getting her home will be worth it to feel settled.
So to actually feel settled and decorate a little bit, figure out how to manage this yard situation. I do not have a green thumb, so it's going to be quite the process to figure out how to do yard work. So that's yard work, getting used to Spencer and discovering what's here.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm WTIU.
Though the State Housing Authority didn't support this development specifically, it's partnered with 4 employers since 2019 to support workforce housing initiatives. That includes one for the French Lick Resort in Orange County, which is also owned by Cook.